Welcome to my new cooking show. What did we decide to call it?
Smoke. What was it?
Smoke alarm dinner bell.
Smoke alarm dinner.
So when you hear the smoke alarm go off, you know it's ready. So today I'm going to try to recreate the New England pot roast from Liberty Tree Tavern, Magic Kingdom. Probably the best pot roast I've ever had in my life. And so I decided I was going to try this today and see if it was any better than my recipe. So I'm going to start by cutting onions.
Sad music should be playing here.
Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Let's see if it makes me cry.
Maybe the theme from Brian's song or something.
Ah. There's one. There's two. Now I'm going to go put this in the garbage.
Got it.
Oh, I need it though. Okay.
But I got it.
Alright.
I'm assisting.
He's my sous chef.
Helping.
What does chef mean in French?
Boss.
Means the boss. And what does sous chef mean?
I don't know. Boss is like in English. I don't know. I know what a sous chef
Sous
does,
means underneath.
but under. Okay.
So you're
Sous.
you're the assistant to the regional manager.
Right.
Okay. Oh, here it comes. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, I like onions.
There's a way to cut onions where that doesn't happen, and I've seen it, but I've never
Yeah,
tried
I don't know. Whatever. These are sweet Vidalia onions.
it.
And they will probably disintegrate into the sauce, but they're there for flavor. I have one of those food choppers like from Pampered Chef, but I like this way better.
The slam on the table type.
Slam on the, yeah.
Yeah, the pump type. I like using that.
I know you do. Oh, here come the tears. I'm just cutting it into fours this way and in threes this way. Alright, that's done. I'm going to get that out of the way. Alright, let me get another one for the potatoes. The potatoes. Now I have to sing the song.
Now let's just call the whole thing off.
Call the whole thing up. Hey, assistant
Yes.
to the regional manager. Would you wash these?
Sure.
That'll work. Alright, so I got a chuck pot roast. Beef boneless chuck roast. Asiado de Juel de Ruiz. Is that how you say it?
Sure, why not?
You speak Spanish. How do you say that?
You would say asado de huil de res.
Thank you.
I have no idea what it means.
That's
but
why.
That's how you say it.
That's why I travel with him. He translates. I know what it means. I just don't know how to
I
say
don't
it.
know what Juil. I have no idea what that is.
It was $4.47 a pound. This is 2.5 pounds.
I'm putting the potatoes next to the onions. That's okay. Just so that can
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna open this up. Now I have pulled this out of the refrigerator about a half hour ago. And just kind of let it get almost room temperature.
Cooled off, yeah, or warmed up rather.
Alright. So my goal was to buy little red potatoes, and they sent me these gigantic ones instead.
That's what happens when you don't pick out your own food.
Yeah, I order my groceries. So I'm going to cut this one into 4s because it's just, I don't know, half as good. That's good. It's going to be slow cooking for 6 hours, so.
And we're going to film every second of it.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
We're going to do a freeze frame. All right, I'm going to leave those whole. This. Okay.
You can take that?
I'm going to reuse this.
All right.
I had vegetables first, meat second. You do not put meat on it and then put vegetables on it because that is disgusting.
All right. Well, that's what the red
is
for.
I know. We have these in all different colors, but don't tell anybody, but I don't do it right. I just use whatever's available.
Guilty.
Guilty as charged.
I have done it too. You could just make me a steak out of that.
It wouldn't be very good. So, some people put
That looks like a
flour or cornstarch. This recipe says don't. It just says salt and pepper. So, and I'm going to put it in my hand because, yeah, it dumps. See how much?
I have a question.
Yes.
At what point do we plug in and turn on the crock pot?
When it's done.
Just when it's ready. Okay.
Yeah. Learning. Ooh, that's peppery. And then I have my Himalayan salt in here. I'm sure you could use sea salt or whatever kind of fancy salt, kosher salt, whatever you got. Let's move some of this pepper over to this little area they don't have much. Okay. So now that I've got salt all over my...
Not a lot of people do their food prep on the stove.
Well, it's
but we don't have a lot of counter space, so it works. It's flat, so it works.
Well,
I do it all the time.
I can do this in one shot and not have to move the camera,
Yeah,
so
there's that too.
So that's cool. All right, so
we're not using the stove otherwise.
I'm gonna move this over here so that it doesn't catch on fire and melt like last time. And you think I'm being funny, but no. I'm going to turn it on almost all the way and wait till it gets hot. Or wait till it gets warm. Yes, I have my finger on it.
If our cat Tenzin was here, he'd be trying to jump on it right now.
Yep, he's a brilliant one.
I have to keep him out of here when I'm cooking because he likes to jump up on the counter and head right for the stove.
Yeah, stoves where all the good things happen. Okay, it's warm. So here is a 1/4 cup of canola oil. Here, I'll throw this in there. Magic. Now I'm not going to put my finger in hot oil.
Yeah, that would
because
be good.
I have a brain.
Excuse me.
Sometimes. So I'm letting it coat the bottom. I'm just going to kind of feel the heat. You don't want to burn your oil, but you also don't want to put meat in a pan with cold oil. Maverick, are you hungry? Maverick says hi, everybody. He's hungry, always.
Always. How old is he? 14 now?
He's almost 15.
Almost 15.
He's a big boy.
He's still with us. Always wants food.
Always wants food so he can eat whatever he wants whenever he wants. Except at 3 in the morning because I'm not getting up for you. You're going to have to wait.
That's Daddy's job.
No, you're going to have to wait. Maybe I should turn it up on high.
It's better, boy.
My goodness. You hear that pitifulness? I don't even have a spatula strong enough to handle this big old thing.
Do we not? I know.
Okay. There we go. I mean, I've got this one right here, but
that's pretty sturdy. It's small, but it's sturdy.
Yeah.
You might, maybe if you use two.
I guess it wasn't hot enough.
Or maybe a fork. Well, that thing takes forever to get hot. I don't know why, but if I want to cook eggs on it, I turn it on, I go do all my shopping, come back and cook eggs.
So you're saying
it takes a long time. I don't know why.
Well, it got warm pretty quick.
Yeah.
And there's smoke coming off of it, so I
Yeah.
know it's warm. I know
And
it's hot.
It ain't doing the sizzle.
But it's not. Psst. Does that mean we need a new stove?
Why, yes. I don't know. What you want a gas stove, don't you?
I want to be a real chef.
It wouldn't be flat anymore.
No.
We'd have to do our food prep somewhere else.
I know, but I would have a gas stove.
Yeah.
And when the power goes out, I could still cook inside the house and not freeze my tail off. Here it goes. That's how it's supposed to sound.
I'll be back. I'm gonna give.
Sounds like a. Okay.
I'm gonna give Maverick a private feeding.
Okay. It sounds like applause. Okay, now it's got too hot. Now I've got to cut it back. So the point, we're not trying to cook it all the way through. I'm just trying to sear it on all sides. I'm going to pull it up, let some of the oil get underneath there. Is that pretty or what? Oh, that's pretty.
And once I got him to the bathroom, he started to purr. He knew exactly what was about to happen.
He's got us trained.
He does. He's grateful though.
Unlike some people in this house. We rescued this kitten. Well, we didn't rescue it. Our friends rescued this kitten. And we took her into our home.
She was great for a little while.
And she was great for a minute. But now she hates everybody.
Everybody. She runs away like we're going to feed her.
She gives us the stink eye.
We'll have to insert a picture of that.
Yeah. You see how thick this thing is? It's all pink inside here. If it's really tall like this, sometimes I even do. And I'll cook it on this end.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Hard to do on the rounded edge, I suppose.
Yeah, it is, but I can get some of it. Oops. That's my piece.
What happened?
Little end of it.
Oh no.
Now where is the fire thing?
The fire thing? I'm not sure.
Extinguisher.
Oh, the extinguisher is not out here?
Look for it.
You got one right here.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, it's right here. The red one. This one's old, but I'm sure it will work. I hope. Manufactured in 1927.
Berry. It's actually more of a chance of me burning myself than
catching it on fire.
catching on fire. I typically burn myself. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to take this big thing and put it in the crock pot that is still off. And I'm going to lower this down. And then I'm going to read my instructions. Okay, now you're supposed to have celery in this, but celery tastes like battery acid, so that will be admitted.
Celery is gross.
Celery's gross, so...
Y'all can write your hateful comments down below.
And I'll laugh at them. I'm sure putting celery in here wouldn't hurt it. I mean, I wouldn't eat the actual celery, but just the flavor infusion would be good. But I'm not going to actually buy celery. If I had some celery sitting here, I would use it. But I'm not going to actually go and buy.
My mother used to get celery and put peanut butter on it for me, and it just became a way to lick something to lick peanut butter off of.
Right.
Eat all the peanut butter off it and leave the rest.
I'm going to put these in first because these take forever to cook.
You got Tenzin right behind you.
Okay. Is he hungry too?
He's curious.
So, add carrots, onion, garlic, and thyme. I'm just going to go ahead and stick these potatoes in here because I don't really have a place for them.
That's what I'll do. I'll end up in there anyway.
They're going to end up here anyway. Soak in that nice beef juice.
Y'all done with that one?
Mm-hmm. And now carrot, celery, onion, garlic. If you're wondering why I'm not measuring anything, it's because I don't like to measure anything, but...
And that's all I will do.
So how much garlic? Am I saying that right? Garlic. It says a 1/4 cup.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. We're not going to do a 1/4 cup. We're going to do...
That'd be good, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do that much. Oh, I can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cut this in with this
butter. That looks so wonderful. You use a block of butter?
I used a whole stick of butter.
Nice.
And we're going to just cook this until it's...
Not a Weight Watchers friendly meal here, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you could lighten it up, but...
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to go by the recipe except for the celery. Why didn't I warn now? Saute until vegetables are tender. When are vegetables tender?
If I'm doing that, I usually either will cut it or take one and bite it.
Oh, you're also supposed to put in fresh thyme. But I forgot to buy that. I just saw thyme and I'm like, oh, I've got that in a jar.
Ground.
So.
Not super fresh.
I'll just put a little bit. Just a little bit over the top. Shh, don't tell nobody. And actually my thyme was ground, so I used some herbes de Provence, which has a lot of thyme in it. Same thing. Got some extra stuff in there. Oh, that smells really nice. I wish there were smell-o-vision. There's like a fragrance coming up. It's almost ready. So, the next step, it says stir in flour.
You gotta wait till it's tender though, right?
Mm-hmm. It's almost there.
Is it already?
Mm-hmm. So we were talking before, I think it was Pierce, we were talking about cornstarch goes with water to thicken things up, but fats, oil, butter, it needs flour. And you make a roux with it, which to my mom you make gravy, but
right.
It's in French cooking. It's called a roux.
Sounds Frenchier.
Well, it's a French technique. It's called a roux.
In France, they eat biscuits and roux.
No. You can make a gravy out of roux.
I got you.
Okay, so it's kind of you gotta time it just right, you know. Would you take
that smells so good.
So good. Oh, I got it. Oh, that smells good too. Pinot Noir.
Oh, Pinot Noir. Is that what you're using?
Yeah. I need a measuring cup liquid.
Oh, liquid measure.
Yeah.
Oh, where are they?
Okay. So I need to put in, it says 6 cups of beef broth, which I think this equates to that. And then 1 cup of red wine. It says burgundy, Ron burgundy. You just totally hit my.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That was Barry, not me.
I'm dealing with something.
1 cup of burgundy wine. Well, I have Pinot Noir.
Yeah, we don't have.
I don't drink Ron burgundy.
We had some Mogan David. Is that close to that, or?
That's too sweet.
It's too sweet.
Really?
All right.
Okay.
It's done.
Empty. Not quite enough. I have a bottle of Holland House red cooking wine. Never cook with this.
So you're about to though.
Do as I say, not as I do. I just didn't have enough.
So what's wrong with that?
You don't cook with something you wouldn't drink. And this stuff. Here, have a swig.
No thanks.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I mean, it didn't smell that bad, but it looks really thick. Like syrup or something.
So it has a half a cup of really good wine and a half a cup of really bad wine. Alright, this is nice and tender. So, adding the flour. And you don't just dump it in there. Just kind of sprinkle it in. That was half of it. Here's the other half of it. Okay. Got stuff everywhere. That's how you know it cooked. So you're going to stir it in. And that fat is going to mix with that oil. And it's going to make like a paste. I've never done this with vegetables in the pan, so this is a new thing for me too. And it says to keep it going until the pan starts, the flour starts to brown. And honestly, I don't see any of the white left already. There's some. And it's kind of getting gunky on the bottom. This is not a true roux, but in theory. just keep it kind of moving so that it doesn't burn on the bottom, because it loves to burn on the bottom of the pan. So what gets burnt on the pan bottom will come up though when you add your liquids. So I'm adding this cup of wine. Ooh, that smells good. You might want to turn on the fan. It's kind of steamy. That smells like wine. Now you can't hear me. Great.
Hello. Yeah, there you go.
Just until this part's over. And I also put in this 3 pounds of beef broth.
I can really smell the cooking wine here.
Yeah.
That's strong. Hopefully that will cook out, right?
Oh yeah, it'll cook out right now. I'm just getting all the flavor. And I'm not going to put it all in because my pan will overflow. Like that time I made etouffee in Florida. Remember that?
In Florida?
We were camping.
In St. Andrews.
Yeah, we were camping and I think it was this pan.
You made etouffee.
I made etouffee while we were camping and everybody looked so jealous. But I put way too much for that pan.
That's right. Like.
And it kept tipping over and catching on fire.
Yes. I do remember that now.
So when you're making gravy, you never stop. You always keep it moving. If you don't, if you let it sit there for a minute, oh great. Stop. If you let it sit there for a minute, you're going to have lumpy gravy. It's going to be gross.
Just go with lumpy gravy. That's good.
So I'm going all the way to the bottom and just scraping the bottom. And you see how it's starting to bubble already? When it starts to bubble, that's when you're done. So basically I've made vegetables with a homemade gravy. Okay. Once it starts to bubble, you're done. I'm going to take the rest of this. No, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how bad. Ouch. Sorry, guys. Is it hot? No, it's hot. How I'm going to get this into that is a befuddlement. Barry, can you come be a manly man?
Or what?
Put this on.
Oh.
And without putting it on the floor, and I'll only be a little bit mad if you do, take this hot, scalding, boiling mess and pour it into the crock pot. Mm-hmm.
That's no problem.
Okay.
Something does smell burned.
Did it burn on the bottom?
Can you scrape while I hold?
I'm sure y'all are better cooks and you're able to do this with just one person. Oh, that is some gravy looking gravy.
Sure, that is.
Nice looking.
Gooey stuff there.
I bet that's delicious.
Well, one way to find out.
Okay. Oh, you want to eat some? Okay.
Alright, I'll put this over here.
Yep.
Where it won't burn.
Oh, it is good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay. So,
That's a kind of sweetness to it.
I've got the potatoes. I've got the roast. I've got the gravy, vegetables. And I'm going to add in the rest of the beef broth. Because it didn't fit in the pan. That's a lot of beef broth. Serious, a lot of beef broth. Okay. Yeah, I have an email. I'm important. So I'm going to take this thing on. And just try to mix up the beef broth with the gravy a little bit. Alright. So I'm going to get all of the vegetables under the broth. That was hot. All the vegetables under the broth as much as possible. Especially you. You and you. Okay. Alright. Put this on. Well, first I'm going to plug it in. That's the most important step. I've done that before. Put it on low, the little light will come on, and then set your timer for 6 hours. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour. Start. Alright, so, oh, catch my hair on fire. See you in 6 hours. Alright, it's been 6 hours. Let's see how this thing turned out. It smells fantastic. Alright. Oh my word. You smell that? See this thick crust bubbling at the top?
Yep.
So what I'm going to try to do is remove the roast, but instead of using normal devices, I'm going to use 2 pasta things. I'm going to see if this works. It may not.
Because I don't know what you're supposed to use.
What is that called in Spanish? Natas?
Natas, yeah. the gravy skin. Natas.
Natas.
Which is Satan spelled backwards.
Oh no, it's coming apart.
That's supposed to, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Is it ready?
I don't know. Come cut it. Cut it. Get a fork and knife.
No, that's a
That's
bread
a
knife.
bread knife.
Oh, actually, I know where the other knife is.
Why don't you just get a steak knife, honey?
Oh, a steak knife will work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's pretty it's
Is
pretty
it?
tenderized, yeah.
Is it?
This looks like it's cooked through too.
Take a bite.
All right.
I'll take the whole bite.
I'll take the whole thing.
Okay.
For some reason, it's painfully hot.
Really?
I
I had it on low.
For 6 hours.
Here's some taters.
It's really good. You want some?
Needs ketchup. But yeah, it's really good.
Ketchup.
All beef stew. I mean beef stew. All pot roast needs ketchup. I am so American when it comes.
I'm not. I do like ketchup on a burger though.
I know you do. You know what? I
But
don't
not
even
on a
have
steak
room.
or a pot roast.
I'll
What?
have to leave some of this in here because I don't really have room on this platter for everything.
No.
And just so you know, the pasta grabber thing worked.
And we only spilled a little bit on this.
And we only spilled, you know, at least I didn't spill all of it on the stove, which was a possibility.
And these are those Hawaiian style rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And put them in the oven for 5 minutes, 350.
That's Barry's recipe.
Yep. They
So-
look a little dried out, nothing a little spray butter won't help.
We definitely don't have the atmosphere of Liberty Tree Tavern. But,
Or the dessert.
or the dessert. Ooh.
Maybe that should be a
Ooey
something we
gooey
do.
toffee cake. Yeah, I
Or we can
mean,
figure out.
if I had a personal chef, I would have them to make the whole meal for me every day,
Yeah.
and I would weigh 500 pounds.
Uh-huh.
But How's this look? Look good? Looks good to me.
It looks lovely.
And I didn't have the fire department have to come and put the fire out, so.
No smoking
Success!
arms this time.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.